Pro Robots keeps an eye on robotic and AI trade shows around the world so that you don't have to. Jump into the future by perusing our exhibition reviews with major discoveries and top-of-the-line gadgets from as far as 2 years back. Let's get it.
One of the many highlights of the exhibition was the robot AO from Alios Robotics. The humanoid robot is positioned as a deliverer, as well as a robotic companion and caregiver for the elderly. AO can perform different tasks with different hands. For example, one can be equipped with a UV panel and the other with a grip for opening doors, carrying things, and controlling elevators and appliances. The robot's vision and intelligence allow it to determine whether a patient has fallen and whether he needs medical help. The same abilities make the robot a security guard capable of checking windows and doors, unauthorized people, and forgotten bags in hospitals, schools, and other institutions. The enhanced security features, AEO is equipped with a 360-degree night vision camera that uses real-time streaming with video and two-way voice communication to alert security services if something is happening. It's reported that the robot is already being used in Japan, Hong Kong, and Taipei by elderly care companies as well as commercial property owners. A few years ago, we already saw this robot at CES, but then it was positioned as a home assistant and butler. It wiped the floor with a mop and brought beer from the fridge. It's a shame that that version won't see the day of light. At least as of now. Humanoid robots Holiday Robotics will compete for the role of a security guard with AEO. The company's contracted with ADT Commercial, which unveiled its Evo Guard intelligent security solutions at CES 2023. Evo Guard will use artificial intelligence and augmented reality in combination with a fleet of autonomous humanoid robots and drones for comprehensive security surveillance in a wide variety of commercial applications. The solution aims to launch in 2023 and will offer customers 24/7 patrolling, two-way communication, intruder photography, elevator and door control, some fine motor tasks, as well as quick alerts to special services. The robot can also be controlled in avatar mode using a virtual reality system. This function will create a live telepresence environment in which the human controller can remotely interact with the real environments through the robot. By the way, we talked about the avatar robot battle for $10 million in the issue, and you can find that right here in the link.
We have everything between an entry-level product, which is mainly for above-ground pools. So this is pools that will go up to 800 feet, and then they start to move up in capacity. The single plus here, it does about 1,200 square feet. And then the Single Pro, which is our flagship product, it works for pools of up to 2,500 square feet. It does climb walls and for big pools. Yeah.
How does it climb walls?
The robot creates a vacuum inside, and the motors will create a suction that press the robot against the wall. And then the wheels have their own motors as well, and this is what is gonna move the robot up and down.
What about this?
So this is a model that is in between both of these products. So the only difference between this and this is the wall cleaning. This is PVC that is made specifically for wall cleaning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I see it. So, and how do I clean this robot? Can you please show?
Of course.
They open it right
here, so it's very easy. You open it like basically like a car,
and
remove the basket, and then just open the basket and then clean it with a water booth.
Oh, it's pretty easy.
For the single SC, the battery life is about 80 minutes. For the single plus 8. The battery life for the Single Plus is about 120 minutes, and here on the Single Pro we have about 300 minutes of working time. Not having a cable going in and out of the water or next to a pool will mean that you have peace of mind that no one is gonna trip on it. The second thing is
one is screaming,
or just around the pool. Like maybe you have kids running around the pool and you don't want them to trip on the cable. That's one of the things. Also, most of us don't want to throw appliances inside the pool when they are plugged in. although it's very safe, but it's still something that you think about. And third of all, it makes life much more simple. Once the robot finishes, all of our robots, they have something that is called smart parking. They will go to the closest wall they can find, and they will start to blink red. Just fish it out of the water with a hook. With a hook that we sell it with. And that's it. This is the new lineup for 2023. This one will launch for this summer season. We are already selling this in Infraction, in Amazon, in some of other channels, Walmart, some of them will be also Home Depot, Leslie's.
How much is it?
And it's retail for $269. Yeah, it's a very good price point, especially if you have an above ground pool. They usually cost anything between $600 to $1,500. So this is a very good solution for that.
The South Korean startup 10 Minds presented a brilliantly simple and useful gadget. It's a pillow with a built-in microphone that detects snoring, distinguishing it from other ambient sounds. Once the pillow hears you snoring, it will change the size and shape that it's in to gently turn the sleeper's head into a position that allows them to breathe better. The pillow, which syncs with a smartphone app, also collects data and is analyzed to identify snoring patterns so it can hone in its response over time. Ridgetech Robotics brought the traditional Atom robot for this event, which can professionally prepare coffee or tea, even tea with milk and passion fruit. You can choose a drink on the digital display and the robot will start brewing it. And while you're waiting, it will dance and entertain visitors around you. L'Oreal presented a couple of beauty gadgets at CES. The first was Brow Magic, a printer for drawing eyebrows, which will soon go on sale. The essence of the technology is to pick up the shape, thickness, and effects for eyebrows in the branded application on the smartphone. Then you can try on your results with the help of augmented reality. And after making sure it fits, you can apply it to the face. Unlike tattooing, the printed eyebrows can be easily erased.
So my disability is cerebral palsy and spastic quadriplegia, so I have mobility issues. My hands are very limited and my legs as well.
Another interesting gadget from L'Oreal was Hapta, a portable lipstick applicator to help people with neurological problems. It's a reliable grip and stabilization device that allows people with limited mobility to apply lipstick on their own. The company's going to refine the gadget and put it on the market for $150 to $200.
Here we see the aroma generator. So when I watch this movie, I can smell different smells like caramel. What else? Tell me, how many aromas do you have here?
Yeah, so here it's depending a little bit of technology. It's all you can change or switch the sense very, very quickly.
Okay.
So that's why, for example, we have perfume information, we have video games, we have everything. And so in one device, we can set 6 different scents that you can use one by one, or you can mix blending together to create new scents. And everything is controlled by software. So it's a software, you have a timeline. It's not a soundtrack, you just have to put the scent where you want to. You can create a scent in middle of it.
Can I try it? And there are 6.
And there are 6 couches.
Can I choose which aroma to feel?
Then after that, you can have your gear headman display. You can play game in moving, then we have the scent.
Oh, it smells like caramel. Here, caramel again. Is it connected to the video already?
But
here I feel something like fresh grass smell.
yeah, so perhaps
Oh, okay.
this kind of video, so you have the timeline like this.
Okay, I'm in Zen. I only thing I need is noise cancellation headphones.
Relaxation.
I love it, but caramel, makes me hungry a little bit. So I would prefer not to have caramel smell, but just like fresh grass smell. And how much will it cost?
So for this one, could be ready at the end of the year and around 400.
400.
Yeah.
And you will sell it like via Amazon and.
Yeah, Amazon and directly our website.
So and will I be able to replace? How to replace this thing?
So actually, it's very simple.
Oh.
You can just take it, put it.
Okay.
Is it?
It smells like brown. Something like Thai lemongrass smell.
So we can switch, change the sets.
Okay.
Whenever others, we are hold on 100 sets.
More than 100. So, and you will probably sell these cartridges, right?
So yeah. And for the price for this one is around 50. For this one, perhaps we're thinking about plus 10 or 20 bucks.
Guess which CES innovation resonated with journalists and visitors the most? I'm guessing you'll get this wrong. Well, it's Withings U-Scan, a gadget designed to be peeped at. Yes, the Withings U-Scan is a urine analyzer that attaches itself inside the toilet and analyzes the incoming material. Based on the results, it will give judgments about your nutrition, hydration levels, ovulation cycles, and assess your metabolic and vitamin C levels. All results sent via Wi-Fi to your smartphone. The device will run 100 tests, and after which you need to replace the cartridge and recharge the gadget. Wouldn't this be great? No more trips to the doctor for preventative checkups. But in reality, it's these types of devices that will actually sound the alarm. Unnamed specialists, according to media reports, are worried about the accuracy of the test and the proper interpretation by a person.
Okay, either you suck at math, or you're gonna die in 2 seconds.
But in any case, this is the first step towards the dream of many, where you can wake up in the mirror in the morning and get information about the condition of your body.
This is haptic gloves that you can use with your VR glasses to feel metaverse.
It detects touch in the metaverse. There are touch sensor inside the fingers. Yeah,
Okay.
this side. And also it adds feel of weight to your arms.
Okay. And how does it do it?
Yeah, this part is.
Can you show like
Yeah.
this? Here, you have this feeling of the weight
Yeah,
in this place.
stimulate your muscles. It's like a feel of weight to grab something.
Okay. When you hold something in virtual world, in metaverse, you will feel like you're holding something in real life.
And thirdly, there is a flexible sensor inside each fingers. Yeah, that control finger motion into the metaverse.
And how much will it cost?
We are planning to sell both at $300.
$300.
Yeah.
It's not bad actually, it's not bad. SDK is already available. If you guys want to develop something for these gloves, haptic gloves.
At CES 2022, there were more colorful car concepts than ever before. BMW presented a new concept car for the iVision D series, which stands for Digital Emotional Experience. The car is equipped with mixed reality projection displays, which occupies the entire area of the windshield and is the central control. Located on the front panel, touch sensors with ShyTech technology allow the driver to set 4 different levels of digital content displayed on the display. The first level includes information important to movement, to which the content of the communication is added, then augmented reality projections, and finally access to the completely virtual world. However, car owners will be able to enjoy VR while driving only after BMW introduces their 5th level of autonomy. But that's not all. The car supports voice control and itself responds to the owner and communicates with them in various ways. For example, it can use a personalized greeting, combining graphic elements, lights, and sounds. Thus, the company plans to make the car a full-fledged companion of the owner. Not in vain, the promotional video involves Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here he is to proclaim the friendship of smart cars and people. Even the headlights and bumper grille can be adjusted to display different facial expressions to suit your mood. Also, the BMW iVision D concept can change its car body color. The company's electronic ink technology consists of several layers of the thinnest electrochromic film on the car body. The entire surface of the car is then divided into 240 segments, including the wheels. Each segment can be controlled individually. There's a choice of 32 colors from black to white, but so far, this e-ink technology is only a concept. However, the display, instead of a windshield, will actually be launched into production for the company's cars starting in 2025. Sony, together with Honda, created and presented at CES its first electric car under the Afeela brand. Sales will start in 2026. The lineup will consist of a crossover, sedan, and minivan, but only the sedan was at the show. There's 45 safety sensors installed in the car, including cameras that monitor the road situation, and a display located between the headlights that allows you to display different information and thus communicate with the owner and others. Technical details have not yet been released, and it's known only that the basis of the car will be the Honda e-architecture platform, which is still under development, and Qualcomm chips will be responsible for the hardware power of the car, which will ensure the operation of smart functions and multimedia devices. In the final version, Afeela Honda will be responsible for driving qualities of the model, while Sony will take over the electronics, including the autonomous driving. Cars of the future will need chargers of the future, and just the same solution was presented by EVAR, an autonomous electric car charging robot named Parky that takes charging stations to any parking lot. At the same time, when using Parky, drivers can find a spot near the robot's EV jack and plug it in, and then you need to use NFC to call Parky, and it will automatically find your car. The robot provides 15 kilowatts per hour of DC charging, giving it a range of 50 miles. Which concept of cars did you think was the coolest? Let us know in the comments. In all the years we've been following CES, we like Mercedes Avatar the best, but ground transportation is no longer the best way to get around. Everyone's still expecting flying cars to be here within a few years, and there was one at the show. For example, the American startup Aska brought the A5 flying car to CES, and it's not a prototype. It's the finished and tested vehicle, which will be tested by the FAA within the next month. The 4-seat electric vehicle can travel up to 250 miles or about 400 kilometers on a single battery charge. Developers say the Aska A5 with the wings rolled up fits in a regular parking spot. The vertical takeoff and landing vehicle is already available for pre-order for just under $800,000. It's expected to be in widespread use by many taxi fleets in major cities by 2026. Yarbrough Incorporated brought a multi-purpose autonomous garden robot to the show. It was demonstrated with a lawnmower attachment. Although its possibilities are not limited, the modular robot does not require laying a cable on the plot boundaries and provides year-round lawn care. Its basic functions include mowing the grass, blowing falling leaves, and clearing snow. But the robot can be retrofitted with other working modules. Although the manufacturers do not specify what they are, nevertheless, the gadget is definitely useful, but a bit expensive, coming in at $4,399. Also at CES 2023, there was a lot of robotic pets and pet robots. One of the cutest was Dog-E from WowWee. The robot puppy with facial tracking technology can look into the eyes with love and respond to the head being rubbed. He also has lights on his paws, tail, and chest, built-in sensors, microphones, and speakers that allow him to hear and respond to commands. The developers say the robot has more than 200 sounds and reactions, and you can customize a unique character for Dog-E in the app. You can also train him to remember his name and perform tricks, and all family members can upload their own profile to the robotic dog, and the puppy will be whatever they want it to be. So far, the robot's got a reasonable price at $80, and it will start arriving to the first customers this year. Another super cute robot pet at the show was Ki Luna. The robot has attractive big eyes and moving ears, and it's smart enough to navigate around a living space without running into things. The body design is primitive, but still Luna is an incredibly cute robot. The robot can recognize faces, body movements, objects, human gestures, and voices, as well as emotions. If Luna sees the owner is sad, they'll try their best to cheer him up. The robot has an excellent sense of space, and it doesn't crash into various objects, and also does not fall off the stairs or furniture. Like a real pet, Luna can show emotions. It'll sneeze, scratch, and play with various objects, as well as repeating words after the owner. The company Enabot presented at the exhibition a home robot called EboX and hopes to become a company with a robot that has a very useful case. What can it do? Well, it can map your home, recognize old people falling and babies crying, take photos and videos, and serve as a security guard. All of that packed into a price of $229, and that's got a lot of folks paying attention. But at CES, Labrador Systems demonstrated a very useful home robot, which unfortunately is not as cool as it looks, but it's practical and very functional. The Retriever can move around the house autonomously, bringing you various useful items, move heavy objects around the house, and pick up dirty dishes. It's also now received an integration from Amazon Echo, and the robot will reportedly soon be tested in medical facilities. German Bionic introduced their new Apogee exosuit, which is based on the Cray X exoskeleton. The novelty features the lightest weight in the line. The suit can compensate for up to 30 kilograms of load on the lower back while climbing, and also helps reduce overall fatigue through walking assistance. Apogee also collects, analyzes, and monitors basic user data to alert the user, for example, to hazardous strains. Argist Company introduced the robot at the show for harvesting sweet peppers in a greenhouse, each fruit ripening at its own pace, so they have to be harvested in sequence, assessing the degree of maturity several times a day. The idea of Argist engineers is that a cable is stretched between the rows on which a robot rides, and due to this, it's suitable for any greenhouse. The robot moves along the cable, maps it, finds each fruit, and assesses it from all sides before making a decision to cut it. At CES 2023, Autonomy introduced its Yeti food delivery robot, but how is it different from the ones we've already seen? Well, this robot's completely autonomous and excludes human involvement in the delivery of orders and or delivery to the customer. It works like this. When Yeti arrives at the address, it unloads the goods at the doorstep or puts them into a compatible locker so the customer can pick them up when it's convenient for them. There's something else too though that's quite interesting. The robot can return the unsuitable goods back to the retailer, a function that delivery companies have never given before. We did expect to see Amica Robot at the exhibition and hoped for an interesting new product from Samsung, which has brought new prototypes of home robots to CES every time in recent years. But this year it didn't happen.
So you get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
By the way, if you haven't seen them yet, we have reviews of past CES events on our channel. So, like this video, subscribe to Pro Robots, and join us on all social networks. You can find links down in the description.
At ICRA 2023, Canadian startup 1X's humanoid robots burst onto the scene, and there's an interesting story behind them. OpenAI, known for its ChatGPT language models, has invested a hefty sum into 1X to combine its artificial intelligence with humanoid robots, which could revolutionize the job market. Although OpenAI head Sam Altman claims that no one in the world today has a common AI, he apparently still wants to prepare in anticipation of a new breakthrough in technology and create a suitable body for future intelligent robots. 1X, formerly Helodi Robotics, already has an Eve robot on a mobile wheel base. The company even tried to launch an office security project with it, but its fate is still unclear. Perhaps the reason was that a robot on wheels in the real world would not be able to move around universally in an environment created for humans. A robot on legs, on the other hand, can. So we're waiting for a new robot with the original name Neo, with legs and a brain in the form of ChatGPT, or a new model from OpenAI. How about it, Elon Musk? And by the way, who do you think will be the first to release a universal intelligent humanoid robot? Tesla or OpenAI? The humanoid robot Amica once again proved its appeal to humans at ICRA 2023. designed by the British company Engineered Arts and equipped with language models based on generative artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, the robot communicated freely with visitors and, surprisingly, drew. However, its artistic abilities, unlike facial expressions and speech, so far leave much to be desired. Ameca boasts 32 degrees of freedom of the upper half of the body, and in the head of the robot alone there are 17 actuators. He already understands and communicates in several languages, including French, German, Chinese, and Japanese. But what is still most striking about him is his amazingly realistic face, facial expressions, and body language. Engineered Arts founder Will Jackson emphasizes that Ameca's goal is to mimic human communication, making conversations interesting and natural. For example, a robot will never say, "Sorry, I didn't understand, please repeat the question," instead answering in a human way, "Huh?" The current Ameca model is available to everyone for about $100,000. But more interestingly, a full-size version that can walk and grab objects is in development. We're really looking forward to it. How much do you think a walking version of the robot will cost? Deep Robotics unveiled its newest intelligent dog robot, Light 3, at ICRA 2023. At Deep Robotics, we are very excited to showcase Light 3's advanced mobility and functionality, particularly its agility and balance when performing movements such as forward somersaults, said Zhen Chu, Chief Control Engineer at Deep Robotics. Light 3 is designed for educational and scientific research. Using the latest proprietary joints, control systems, and advanced algorithms deep in the cloud, it has stronger, more flexible, and more reliable motion capabilities. Light 3's open modular structure and interface make it adaptable and scalable, allowing it to develop advanced perceptual abilities such as autonomous navigation, visual positioning, and environmental reconstruction. Also on display was the X20 robot, the latest version of the Deep Robotics Juying series, which has already been deployed for industrial use. Tasks it performs include power inspections, emergency rescue work, public safety inspections, tunnel, mining, and industrial site inspections, as well as construction site reconnaissance. We are committed to implementing automation in areas of work that involve high risk but repetitive manual tasks, especially in extreme winter, hazardous conditions, and natural disasters, said Zhen Chu. There were several competitions during the show, including quadruped robot challenges. During the event, engineers demonstrated how to control the robots from a special station with a first-person view and the autonomous movement of robots on difficult terrain. There were other challenges that the robots handled with varying degrees of success. Although robot dogs have become something almost commonplace, robot engineers see great potential in them, both for training new personnel, experimentation and research, and for developing really useful applications from industry to the service industry. How do you feel about four-legged robots? Write in the comments. Also spotted at the show were the social robot Ari from PAL Robotics for public spaces, the robot Tiago from the same company, the robot avatar iBotics from the University of Bonn, and the humanoid robot from the Italian Institute of Technology. Japanese professor Hiroshi Ishiguro's Geminoid robot also appeared at ICRA 2023, an exact replica of the professor himself. Ishiguro's robots are considered to be the most realistic in the world. By the way, Geminoid even gave lectures instead of the professor at Osaka University. The highlight of ICRA 2023 was a performance of the artist known under the pseudonym of Stellark. Among them, it combined human anatomy, robotics, and art. The basis of the performances was a mechanism with 11 degrees of freedom called Extended Arm and a sensor bracelet. The extended arm, which mimics primate proportions, is pneumatically actuated and operated by a series of pre-programmed finger switches. A sensor wristband worn on the left hand provides another dimension of acoustic interaction, manipulating volume, notes, and even pitch modulations with a set of rotating pressure rings. In this way, each movement of the Stellark from hand to hand creates a unique sound from which to build a composition. Unitary Robotics brought its consumer and industrial robots to the show, and the largest high-capacity model, the B1, was presented in a version with wheels on all 4 legs. Interestingly, Unitary recently announced the completion of a B financing round worth several hundred million yuan. The company now has 3 consumer robots, the A1, the Go1, and the Ben. The most popular of these, the Go1 robot, is equipped with an intelligent side-tracking system and a super sensor system. It has a top speed of about 4.7 meters per second and an adaptive payload of about 3 to 5 kilograms, and the price starts at just $4,500.
Good afternoon, my name's Rich Walker and I'm from the Shadow Robot Company. At Shadow, we've spent over 25 years building hands for robots. Why do we want to build a hand for a robot? That seems crazy. After all, humans have hands, right? So why do robots need them? Well, because if robots are going to do the kind of tasks that humans can do, they need the same fine dexterity and manipulation skills that humans have. And so we get the Shadow Robot Hand. 20 degrees of freedom, 24 movements, position sensing, joint sensing, force sensing, as close as we could make it to the same physical shape and size of the human hand, with still the ability to do robotic manipulation tasks. It's used all over the world in robotics R&D. When we first built them, we thought we'll build a robot hand and people will be able to use it. What we didn't realize was how much work it would be to be able to use robot hands. Today, we're seeing deep learning technologies make robot hands really capable. It's a very exciting time in this field. We think that it's possible to unlock the potential of robot hands to do really interesting tasks in the world.
Interestingly, Mark Reiber was seen, who was touching the company's robot with interest. Recall that the Atlas robot is just now in the need of nimble hands. By the way, Raybert came to the conference to tell his journey from the first bouncing robots to Atlas, Spot, and the AI Institute, and at the same time to show a tango performed by a couple of Spot robots. Direct Drive Tech unveiled its new Tita robot at ICRA 2023.
So I would like to introduce our new robot, Tita. So for Tita robot, we have 8 doors on this robot, so that we're not only making it as a bipedal wheel robot, but also a bipedal robot or a wheel robot. We can let the robot stepping and going through all the obstacles and make the robot to go everywhere we want. Also, we also have perceptions on the robot. We have ultrasonic, infrared, and cameras, so that the robot can not only scan all the terrains we want, but also let the robot to do a better decision making and make it to overpass all kinds of obstacles. And also with our batteries, we can hot swap our batteries, which means that when the robot is running, we can change our batteries at the same time, and so that it can walk to everywhere forever. So compare with the first version of our robot, we not only enhance the payload of the motors, we make it to have a payload at about 5 kilograms to 20 kilograms, but also we enhance the speed. We upgrade the speed of the motors. We can let the robot to run from 1.5 meter per second and from 1.5 meter per second to 5 meter per second as we want it. And also we have a more abundant SDK interfaces, so that all the customers can use our interfaces to do their own second development.
Researchers from Imperial College London and EMPA brought to the show their cutting-edge development of 3D drones, dubbed Aerial Additive Manufacturing, or Aerial AM for short. Taking inspiration from bees, these drones work together to autonomously print and repair various designs. 2 types of drones, build drones and scan drones, perform the tasks of placing materials in flight and measuring print quality respectively. They dynamically adjust their methods based on a real-time assessment of the geometry of the printed structure, maintaining impressive manufacturing accuracy of up to 5 millimeters. The drones use 4 specially formulated cement mixes. Engineers anticipate that such autonomous drones will reduce future construction costs and risks, especially in hard-to-reach or hazardous locations. College engineers also unveiled a robotic arm with a proprietary RGB-D machine vision system. It allows the robot to work accurately and methodically on any objects that are chaotically placed in front of it. The system can accurately estimate the location of multiple objects using real-time multi-view vision. The robot then moves, and RGB-D accumulates estimates of the object positions from different positions and combines them. The BitCraze team, creators of the Crazyfly quadcopter, showed a fully decentralized drone swarm at ICRA 2023. In this dynamic demonstration, Crazyfly drones autonomously flew along random trajectories, avoiding collisions and charging wirelessly using the QI-DEX system. Positioning calculations are performed on board using the Lighthouse system. Peer-to-peer communication allows each drone to adjust its trajectory based on the position of the others. Also, at its booth, BitCraze presented a novelty, a small and inexpensive drone called Flapper Nimble, with an original structure and wings similar to a bat or a butterfly. At the ICRA 2023 exhibit in London, you could see the French developers from Pollen Robotics and their robot, Ricci, with the traditional pinstripe paint, and an unnamed robot prototype avatar with 8 degrees of freedom and a tablet instead of a face. By the way, everyone was able to play the latter. Something new is that Ricci got a wheelbase, LiDAR, and other sensors for mapping its surroundings and free movement. It also reported that the robot was programmed with ROS-based Python, which allows it to manipulate objects and communicate with people. Previously, Ricci was controlled only remotely and served as a research platform for roboticists and psychologists, as it tried not only to interact with objects, but also to evoke emotions, mainly tenderness. Thus, at ICRA 2023, we saw humanoid robots, robot dogs, mobile robots, robot avatars, and even flying 3D construction printers. Watching the rapid progress of high technology, it seems that there are no limits to what humans can achieve. What do you think? Subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the incredible changes in the world of robotics and AI. Also join us on social media. According to Xin Gobin, China has been first in the world in terms of robot sales for 10 years, and the country accounts for more than half of global sales of industrial robots. Already today in China, there are 392 industrial robots per 10,000 workers, and this is a very, very good indicator. The first visitors to the expedition are greeted by robots that copy famous Chinese poets Li Bo and Du Fu, reciting their works. The Dalian company X-Robots, which specializes in research in the field of intelligent humanoids and the creation of hyper-realistic bionic robots, is responsible for such performances every year at the exhibition. The bartender robot, which fully reproduces the appearance of one of the company's employees, attracted a lot of public attention. The robot's movements were quite smooth, his facial expression was constantly changing, and as it turned out, his double is already working in one of the bars in Kunming. In order to demonstrate the effective work of the joints created by them, X-Robots brought a robot performing the dance 1000 Guanyin. Of course, compared to the elegance of the original, it is still far off, but the softness and synchronization of the robot's movements are impressive. The developers believe that this technology can be developed and further used as prosthetic hands. The company is already seriously thinking about creating robot doppelgangers for everyone. The appearance of this robot is copied from one of our colleagues. We made it so that the expression of his face is copied on the robot. In essence, we've created a robot doppelganger. For example, if I want to participate in many activities, I can use robots instead of myself. For example, I'm a teacher and I'm going to lecture to students. I can place the robot in different classrooms and all the students can see me during the lecture. The company is currently working on making robots as perceptually capable as humans, that is, able to see, hear, touch and smell. According to ex-robots employees, robots will definitely have the ability to perceive their environment in the future, as well as the ability to express emotions. I think that the development of technology will change a lot every day. The coexistence of humans and robots will be inevitable in the future, but I don't think we should be afraid of anything. The most important thing is that we should learn to live with robots, because they can help us solve many industrial and domestic problems. They can help us take care of children and the elderly. They can help us wash and cook. They can come to our aid. Robots will be human partners in the future. I think this is an inevitable development trend. Guangzhou-based Unitree Robotics delighted visitors to the show last year with a mass dance of 130 robots, and this year with an absolute novelty in the form of Unitree H1 humanoid robot and the Go-To robot dog, which is relatively accessible to the general consumer. Unitree claims to have spent only 6 months building the H1 robot, which was made possible by utilizing systems already proven on robot dogs. The company believes that their humanoid robot is set to start a new industrial revolution. From the main characteristics, height of almost 180 centimeters, weight of about 50 kilograms, maximum joint torque of 360 newton meters, 3D LiDAR plus depth camera, walking at a speed of more than 1.5 meters per second, and the ability to run. The company notes that combined with the versatile AI, the robot's range of applications could be expanded in both industrial and service sectors. We just unveiled our new H1 humanoid robot, and we want to use it in the industry in the next 3 to 10 years. We want to help improve industrial production. Unitree Robotic is a leading developer of quadruped robots, and the company itself cites its main advantage over similar products from competitors as the independent development of almost all key components, including motors, gearboxes, controllers, laser radars, and manipulators, which allows for a high level of performance at a reasonable cost. The most affordable robot dog model on the market from Unitree will be Go-To, whose price starts from $1,600. Even the most basic robot is equipped with 4D LiDAR, making Go-To's sensor system 200% better than the previous version. Go-To also provides a new human-robot interaction experience by combining AI voice interaction with a variety of movements and functions. Compared with Go-1, Go-To's new powerful battery life has increased by 150%, and the efficiency of the new joints with a maximum torque of 45 Nm has been increased by 30%. Go-To has many features for entertaining at home. Firstly, our robot is equipped with GPT and we can use it to talk to the robot. Also, Go-To has a powerful battery, so that it can keep working for 2 hours without recharging. And thanks to the 4D LiDAR, Go-To can scan any spaces. The Go-To is aimed at a wide range of consumers, so it has a relatively low price and pre-orders are already open. We'll leave a link to it in the video description. System safety is extremely important to us, and thanks to the 4D LiDAR, it can avoid risks and keep a safe distance from children and others. Go-To with its battery weighs about 15 kilograms and can carry loads up to 10 kilograms. The robot is equipped with a microphone, speakers, a lamp, and a front camera with an ultra-wide viewing angle and 1280 by 720p resolution. The company also showed the B1 industrial robot dog, which weighs 50 kilograms and can carry a maximum load of 80 kilograms. With a battery life of 2 to 5 hours, depending on the robot's load, it can adapt to difficult terrain and bad weather, is highly mobile and flexible, and is substituted for humans in difficult and risky working environments. All of the company's robot dogs can be used for monitoring at industrial and other facilities, conducting inspections, and participating in search and rescue operations. Dream's anthropomorphic barista robot was partially responsible for serving the guests at the exhibition. The developers note that a humanoid robot as a barista is much more impressive than the robotic arms programmed for the same action, which have recently become commonplace at events. Not only can a humanoid robot make a coconut latte or a pumpkin wrap, but can also interact with humans at the same time. There are a lot of uncertainties in its work, from its position in space to the trajectory of its movements, which requires more intelligence. The robotic barista weighs 56 kilograms at a height of 178 centimeters and has 44 degrees of freedom. It's equipped with a high-specific power motor, a depth camera, an advanced control algorithm, and numerous sensors, as well as the ability to create 3D models of the room. Dream also makes commercial food delivery robots, robotic pool cleaners, and robotic dogs. For example, the Dream Dog, which easily won the hearts of young visitors to the exhibition. The cost of such a dog, which can work for an hour without recharging, is 50 to 60,000 yuan, or about $7,000 to $8,000. The dog is designed to act like a pet. It responds to stroking, can dance and play music, bark, bow, give a paw, stomp and spin around on the spot. And Dream Dog's built-in emotion system can understand commands and gestures, learn movements, and help with learning. As for the humanoids, the company believes they will start showing up in people's homes within 10 years. The popularity of WRC this year is a reflection of the overall state of the robotics industry in China. Xin Gobin, Deputy Minister of Industry and Informatization of the People's Republic of China, told the conference that in 2022, its operating income exceeded $23.5 million. The production of industrial robots grew more than 20% to 440,000 units, and the output of service robots reached 6.5 million units. In 2023, the growth continues. In the first half of the year, the country produced 222,000 units of industrial robots, up 5.4% year-on-year, and 3.5 million service robots, an immediate 9.6% increase over the same period in 2022. Chinese developer of humanoid service robots and facial recognition systems CloudMinds Technologies agrees with these predictions. This year, the company showed a dance show of the Cloud Ginger XR1 series of service robots, which have already proven themselves on the market, and also presented its latest development, the Purple Humanoid Robot. The robot runs on the Harix OS operating system with an integrated robot GPT model, as well as innovative flexible joint technology. The robot is 165 centimeters tall, weighs 65 kilograms, and is built from lightweight and high-strength composite materials. This is our purple bipedal humanoid robot. We wanted to enter our homes in the future, taking care of the elderly and doing housework. We would also like to see these robots appear in factories to replace assembly workers. The robot is scheduled to be officially released in 2024, with mass production launching in 2025. These robots will be working with people, so safety is very important. The robot's drive is equipped with flexible sensors to gather information about the environment and people so that nothing is destroyed and no one is hurt. This is a very important technology we use in our robots. The company also told the conference that it's working on a universal cloud brain for robots to which any machine can be connected. Thanks to it, humanoid and other robots will be able to navigate in space, recognize objects, and perform complex tasks with them. Moving on, another humanoid robot on display was the GR1 from Foria Intelligence. With a height of 165 centimeters and a weight of 55 kilograms, the robot can move at a maximum speed of about 5 kilometers per hour and copy various human movements. It has 44 degrees of freedom and can carry a load of up to 5 kilograms in one hand. The battery life without recharging is designed to last 45 minutes. The robot is designed to be used in a variety of scenarios, including research and education, to assist in rehabilitation and in inspections, and to participate in performances and exhibitions. The company expects to begin mass production and delivery of humanoid robots within a year or two. Conference participants and manufacturers agree that at this stage it is too early to talk about mass production of humanoid robots. As a rule, they're still at the stage of research, development, testing, and improvement, and they're too costly in production and prohibitively expensive for the average citizen. Nevertheless, according to a forecast by YH Research, the market for humanoid robots in China is expected to be worth about $21.9 billion by 2025. And the China Electronics Institute predicts that by 2030, the anthropomorphic robot market in China could already reach 870 billion yuan, or $119.5 billion. UBTech decided to please the visitors of the exhibition and presented some of the most spectacular and entertaining things at their booth. The Walker X robot rode around the stage on a platform in the form of a Segway, and the robot panda shook hands, opened the refrigerator, and took selfies with a crowd of fans. Walker X is 130 centimeters tall and weighs 63 kilograms. It can walk at a maximum speed of 3 kilometers per hour, climb stairs, balance on one leg, give massages, play board games, serve tea, pour water, bring objects, water flowers, and operate household appliances. Agreed, it's an impressive list. Walker X is also capable of recognizing faces, gestures, objects, and other information. All of this allows you to consider the robot as a home assistant or caregiver. For now, Walker X is mostly touring China, participating in all sorts of exhibitions, conferences, sporting events, and forums. Xiaomi showed off their CyberDog 2 robot dogman, weighing at just 8.9 kilograms and equipped with a specially designed CyberGear micromotor. Engineers note that CyberDog 2 has improved mobility, making it able to perform more complex actions. For example, it can do several backflips in a row, get up after any fall, and run at a speed of 1.6 meters per second. Interestingly, CyberDog 2 is equipped with multiple sensors and a decision-making system consisting of 19 sets of hearing, touch, and vision sensors. The robot also boasts an RGB camera, artificial intelligence camera, depth camera, LiDAR, ultrasonic sensor, and force sensor. All of these help the robot perceive its environment more accurately, capture and recognize the wearer's facial expressions, voice, and body language, all in all making human-robot interaction more natural. Compared to the previous model, CyberDog 2 is 16% smaller and 40% lighter, which makes it more affordable, and as a result, the cost of such a four-legged friend will be 13,000 yuan, or about $1,780. By the way, the robot is already available for purchase on the company's website. Deep Robotics brought its robot dogs to the show, including this year's newcomer Light 3. The company's robots are already working at various enterprises in the country, in particular the X20 waterproof industrial robot, which can adjust to different environmental conditions and move on sand, snow, gravel and puddles, and climb steps no more than 20 centimeters high. This particular robot was the only one in China to conduct a fully autonomous inspection of a factory. The X20 weighs 53 kilograms and without a load can work on a single battery for 4 hours and walk up to 15 kilometers. With a load of 20 kilograms, it works for 2 hours. The robot has a maximum speed of 4.95 meters per second and is equipped with an AI module, high-precision LiDAR, depth camera, PTZ camera, and supports 4G and 5G. At the exhibition, one of the robots was the X20 equipped with a robotic arm and performed butler duties by opening the door for a humanoid robot. The four-legged Light 3 robots can be used for educational purposes, for industrial applications such as inspections, and as a home robot that can jump, tumble, accompany you on walks, and help carry objects. The weight of the robot varies depending on the modification. It can reach from 12 to 13.7 kilograms, and the working time without recharging is 1.5 to 2 hours. And the robot can also carry a load weighing up to 7.5 kilograms. WRC participants name construction robots as one of the current trends in robotics. For example, the company Data Fountain AI Solution showed its puttying robot, which can process 50 square meters of surface in an hour. Thanks to smart sensors, the robot unmistakably recognizes door and window openings and pauses the work. The robot is already on the market, and according to the developers, its efficiency is 6 to 7 times higher than that of a human. Another curious solution in construction was shared by Shanghai company Fab Union, bringing its architectural 3D printer MetaPrinter 2.0 to the exhibition. It can print building structures, furniture, and decorative elements right on the construction site. The machine is housed in a huge metal case that can be easily transported, and on-site deployment and setup takes no more than 2 hours. The weight of the equipment is 5 tons, the maximum printing speed is 10 kilograms per hour, and the maximum size of products in height, length and width can reach 180 by 560 by 80 centimeters respectively. This year's exhibition showed that medical robotics is also not standing still. In 2022, the market for medical robots in China was about 9 billion yuan, or about $1.2 billion, and by 2025, the figure is projected to reach more than 22 billion yuan, or about $3 billion. Shanghai Microport Medbot displayed several medical robots that are already in use in dozens of hospitals in various regions of China. The 2-mi laparoscopic surgical robot is a minimally invasive medical device consisting of a surgeon's console, a patient cart, and a cart with a screen. The developers claim that the robot allows the surgeon to sit outside of the aseptic area to perform surgery, which reduces the burden on the doctor. As of June this year, 2-mi has performed more than 1,000 surgeries, including pelvic, abdominal, and thoracic surgeries. These are very complex and challenging surgeries. An important advantage of the 2-mi device is that it supports 5G networks, making it possible to perform complex surgeries over long distances. Today, we also brought 5G equipment here. You can see our mobile vehicle and mobile training platform with our 5G robots. The company said that last June, surgeons from a hospital in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region managed to successfully operate on patients at a hospital in the eastern province of Jiangsu, despite being separated by 5,000 kilometers. Shuri, in turn, introduced China's first fully developed single-port laparoscopy surgical system. In June this year, the device was the first in the country to pass a special inspection procedure for innovative medical devices and was authorized to enter the market by the National Medical Products Administration of China. Its application is authorized for urological surgery. ULS Robotics demonstrated solutions for facilitating physical labor and reducing the risk of injuries at work by presenting several exoskeletons at its booth. The company originally developed exoskeletons to assist in rehabilitation after severe injuries. However, it later decided to position its products as a tool to prevent injuries due to heavy lifting, and is in the process of introducing its exoskeletons to businesses where there is a risk of injury. The company does not aim to replace workers with its robots, but instead aims to help people keep their jobs, health, and desire to work. Beijing-based Realman, which develops ultralight robotic manipulators, has not stayed away from the topic of medicine and health. The company showed its robot, which imitates the technique of a professional masseur and can even work around the clock at temperatures from 0 to 50 degrees Celsius. The area and effectiveness of the massage can be selected and adjusted using a touchscreen, and the programs include various application scenarios, including the relief of nervous tension, back, shoulder and neck tension, and lumbar relaxation. A manipulator with a special attachment will then perform the programmed massage session. It was actually possible to check the effectiveness of such a massage right at the exhibition, which some visitors willingly used. Agricultural robots are among the developments that definitely have a future. Several companies brought agro-robots and showed scenarios of their application, including the already mentioned Cloud Mines technologies. This is our robot farmer designed for fruit picking. As we know, we are facing a labor shortage right now. Farm work is very hard, and nobody in China wants to do it. So I think there is a high need for these robots to replace humans in this kind of work. The robots are equipped with special technology to analyze fruits, allowing them to select and assess the degree of maturity, after which a robot arm is guided to the selected fruit or vegetable and plucks it. Such a robot can work in temperatures ranging from 5 to 40 degrees Celsius and pick up to 1 ton of fruit in a day. I believe this is a very big market. In China we say food is very important, and this robot has a very big market. We have to make it. Agribot also presented interesting solutions in the field of agricultural robots, showing a robotic fruit and vegetable picker. The company honestly admits that robots are still inferior to humans in terms of speed, but at the same time they can work around the clock without breaks for sleep and food. On average, the robot spends 10 seconds to pick one fruit, using artificial intelligence, image and video analysis technologies to pick only ripe fruits. According to the developers, the cost of such robots will fall in the future and efficiency will improve. Industrial robots were also not ignored at the exhibition. Both adults and children watched the smooth work of the automobile welding robot CSUN with curiosity. The developer notes that automotive spot welding is a high-tech application for industrial robots. The new generation robots utilize the control system and software developed by the company, and the welding efficiency has already reached an advanced international level. At present, about 100 such robots are working in the factories of Chinese automakers. China believes that robots are already deeply ingrained with new generation information technology. Their autonomy and adaptability have been greatly improved, and their application scenarios are constantly expanding. And they have penetrated all aspects of the economy and society. The robot industry is gradually approaching the point of radical change and a huge leap forward. So it's safe to say this attention to the WRC will only grow over the years, and its participants will not cease to pleasantly surprise the public and each other.
Last year, Kawasaki Heavy Industries wowed visitors with its concept of a robotic goat for transporting people and goods. We got a review of that linked in the description below. This year though, the company brought its A-game, and by that we mean a lot of robots, mostly human-looking. For example, the Kaleido robot in version 8 was presented to the public for the first time. The robot has become more stable and confident when performing various jobs, including handling heavy objects. Kaleido is positioned primarily as a rescue robot, so it should be able to walk on any type of surface, climb ladders, and perform any physical work with inhuman dexterity. That said, the robot is far from compact. Its height is 5'11", which is 180 centimeters tall, and its weight is 190 pounds, which is 86 kilos. The robot body has 32 degrees of freedom, and unlike earlier versions, the robot has a face in the form of a screen to show emotion. Among the tasks the robot can now handle are cleaning up debris scattered during a natural disaster, working with people to carry large items together, and transporting humanitarian aid, including unloading trucks. Interestingly, Kawasaki has been developing Kaleido since 2015. On the other hand, this is considered to be the best time for humanoid robots in terms of maturity of all technologies. We here at Pro Robots are taking bets when Kaleido's going to hit the shelves. What's your guess? Let us know in the comments. Also on display was Kaleido's little brother, Friends Robot. It's based on Kaleido's technology, but there are a number of differences due to the fact that this robot has to work indoors, in the narrow corridors of homes, hospitals, and businesses. It has a thinner profile to make the robot slimmer. To utilize it, the company had to develop high-quality and compact motors to reduce the overall weight. This is how the robot accommodated for nodes similar to Kaleido in a metal body of 5'3", 160 centimeters tall, and weighing 120 pounds, 55 kilos. As the developers say, in the Friends robot, they have managed to achieve a balance between the quality needed for industrial use, strength, and a more subtle, even delicate design. Moreover, the robot can work safely around people and even care for them. Would you be okay with such a caretaker in a hospital? Or would you opt for a nurse? Kawasaki has a lot in the pipeline. There's the social robot Neokey and Foro for autonomous delivery. Neokey is designed to interact with people. The robot can move in a crowd and help people safely using its hands equipped with sensors. One of its tasks is to load and unload robots without arms, such as Foro. Neokey can ride elevators, open doors, and communicate with people using gestures. So far, 2 settings are in the works, autonomous or remote. Its bestie, Foro, can also move separately or in a group, adjust to the pace of the movement in the crowd, and, like his friend Neokey, ride elevators. At Kawasaki Heavy Industries booth, the robot that caught everyone's eye though was perhaps the quote, the walking robotic Nimbus support robot. It's basically a cushion on bending legs with wheels that can follow and repeat human movements of their body, or just the tailbone? One could assume that the robot serves as lumbar support when a person is standing or leaning backwards, but why does it lean forward? This would make sense if a person was somehow attached to the robot with straps or something, but in the demo, they didn't have that. What is this robot for? Hit us up with your suggestions in the comments. Jinki Itai, another Japanese company, has actually used the Kaleido platform from Kawasaki Heavy Industries to develop their own robot. The Type 01 Kaleido version 1.0 is a controlled system for industry with force-controlled technology. Its purpose is to remove people from dangerous places when performing heavy physical work, primarily high-rise jobs in civil engineering and energy sectors. The company already has a giant robot for such purposes, Space Heavy Work Machine. They don't nickel and dime with these names. Already services railroad tracks, power lines, and can perform a wide range of tasks where there's no possibility to deploy a crane or where a crane is not enough. A humanoid torso mounted on a truck can handle many tasks thanks to the precise repetition of the operator's movement with the right force, who works out of a special cabin and runs the robot with the help of VR controllers and a headset. This behemoth is installed on heavy machinery weighing 15,500 pounds or 7 tons, and its size and strength are not always appropriate. So, Jinki Itai combined its remote control technology with Kaleido's humanoid platform to develop a more compact Type 01. Handling is intuitive and the force applied by the operator serves as the driving force of the robot. The weight and haptic feedback is then relayed back to the operator, making it a breeze to navigate. Here's another gem from Waseda University, one of Japan's most prestigious private schools. I give you Moonshot. It's a robot for housework equipped with generative artificial intelligence. It can memorize human movements and then repeat them. For example, by watching the owner, the robot can learn how to hang clothes on hangers. Okay, not the most useful skill, but in the future, the university plans to expand the capabilities of the robot to all chores. Incidentally, developing robots that can learn and act on their own through co-evolution of artificial intelligence and machines is one of the university's main goals. Given Japan's declining birth rate and aging population, the importance of creating robots for all aspects of society is one of the priorities of the government and the country's research centers. And where would IRIX 2023 be without bats in the belfry, like the body robotic pillow called Love at a Distance? The developers from Kanazawa Institute of Technology must have hired the same marketing team from Jinki Itai. The gist of the pillow is to transfer body movements, heat, and heart rate to another. So, if you're in a cuddly mood but in a long-distance relationship, this might be right up your alley. Realman from China showcased several robots at the exhibition, demonstrating the capabilities of its mechanical arms. There was one on top of a unitary robot dog. Unlike its counterparts, this one resembles and moves like a human arm. It looks a bit strange, but the crowd loved it. Realman's mechanical arm is a whole category in and of itself. It can be attached to anything, from a mobile platform to a humanoid torso. You can get a robot with 2 of these bad boys from Alibaba and voila, you have an assistant. Check out Realman's channel for more info. Also at the company's booth, a humanoid robot with a chatbot function based on GPT. A robotic artist, the company's go-to mechanic arm, and a robot masseuse based on the same, you guessed it, mechanical arm. Realman's really proud of their robotic arms, claiming they're ultra-lightweight, durable, strong, and accurate, and can be easily attached onto any robot. Actually, no need for a robot. Stick it on your car for a totally unique drive-through experience. What say you, yay or nay? Moving along, a Japanese robot exhibition wouldn't be Japanese without anime. This time, the incarnation was Hatsuki, a character produced through the fusion of anime, artificial intelligence, and robotics. The 4'9" or 145 centimeter tall robot has become a temporary ambassador for Sanyo Denki, a Japanese company that specializes in electronics and its components. Hatsuki is not a comic book character, but a test bed for the Cutieroid project, a technical study group. Thanks to this group, robotics enthusiasts have tested, for example, the generation of humanoid robot movements using deep learning, human-robot interaction, artificial intelligence research, and an operational test of a, quote, virtual YouTuber system. Hatsuki's creators aim to ultimately break the, quote, fourth wall by allowing you to interact with the character in real life. The robot is equipped with a motion capture system, and it can also be controlled via the internet or directly play movements from anime. The developers have also implemented the ability to dialogue with the robot thanks to the ubiquitous GPT. On to another Japanese company, Shibora Machine presented a prototype of a 2-armed conoid robot to support manufacturing processes. This is the 3rd generation of the robot. It should have a high degree of autonomy and technically should perform tasks without training or programming. The Conoid 3, currently in development, is suitable for tasks such as transporting and assembling parts and packaging boxes. It features 2 6-axis arms that can operate independently thanks to AI technologies. Each arm can move at a speed of 3 feet or 1 meter per second and lift loads of up to 13 pounds, 6 kilos. The robot accumulates and incorporates its own experience and can work side by side with humans on a moving conveyor belt. Look at this cutie patootie. Ugo presented its new robot Ugo Mini. With it, the company proposes to automate inspection tasks in commercial facilities. Simply put, they're mini robot inspectors capable of reading meters and monitoring environmental changes. The little guy can be used for security, inspection, and elderly care. It all sounds fine and good, but in reality, the range of capabilities of such robots is still quite limited, even though it does compensate for it with a bargain price. Interestingly, earlier, the company bet on a more complex and functional system, a humanoid robot on wheels with 2 arms and a drone on board. The robot could move around the company's premises, open doors, check windows, and, if necessary, launch a drone to take a bird's-eye look-see. Similarly to last year, Arty showed its collaborative humanoid robot Foodly with artificial intelligence. Its purpose is to work on production lines alongside humans. Foodly is able to package oddly shaped objects, whether it's metal parts, chicken legs, or noodles. By the way, the robot has already been implemented at Hirai Company and Ichibiki Company, which introduced Foodly into real production processes in March of 2022. Unitary Robotics went all out this year with its newest bipedal humanoid general-purpose robot, the H1. The 5'11", 180 centimeters tall robot weighs 100 pounds, 47 kilos, and can walk at speeds of more than 3 miles per hour or 5 kilometers per hour. The motors in the robot's joints have up to 360 Newton-meter of torque, its legs have 5 degrees of freedom, and its arms have 4. The hands on the robot's arms do not have brushes, but the developers say that they will eventually get there. The thing is that the H1 was created on the basis of the company's 4-legged robots, which is why it looks a bit weird with its wide torso and thin legs. The company's know-how accelerated the development, but only the parts that were already present in robot dogs. For positioning in space, the robot is equipped with a 3D LiDAR with all-round vision and a depth camera, and all of those are mounted on a frame that mimics the head. Unitree predicts that the development of H1 may take 3 to 10 years, which is good because we can start saving up for it now, since it might cost as much as $90,000 US. Meanwhile, Yamaha gave everyone a glimpse into the future of handling materials in factories. In a demonstration at the show, a mechanic arm on top of a mobile robot could be seen picking up parts delivered by an unmanned electric vehicle. Given that IRIX 2023 was all about solutions to offset the ever-growing labor shortage, the company's hanging 10 on this trend. Fanuc surprised everyone at the exhibition by introducing controllers for the R50IA and R50IA Mate robots that meet international cybersecurity standards for the first time. The company said it had improved both control performance and remote maintenance capabilities. The company also upgraded and showed the RoboGuide V10 system with the ability to pre-test robot systems in virtual reality. There were more collaborative robots and of course the industrial giants such as the M2000, M1000, and M950. The main attraction of any Fanuc booth designed for the automotive industry. Jumping back to the Kawasaki stand, we find Humanoid, the surgical robot. Although it's manufactured by another company under its own brand, the robotic surgical system, which accurately reproduces the smallest of movements of the surgeon, is based on the technological solutions of Kawasaki Heavy Industry. This explains its presence at the company's booth. Humanoid is fully equipped with a surgeon's cabin and operating in a visualization unit. Besides anime characters, there were other cute robots at the exhibition. For example, Keeperan from Miraicon. It's a robot friend that reacts to what you show it. For example, show the robot ice cream and it will want it, but show it a broom and it will cause a ruckus. The robot's movements and facial expressions are quite smooth and realistic. And the most interesting thing is that you'll never know what the robot will do in response to your drawing or a photo. Yay or nay? Bye Bye World riled the visitors up, displaying their Big Clappy and his little brother Baby Clappy robots. This fun duo is designed to elicit applause and help attract customers to your business. They can also entertain visitors at public events by singing well-known songs and clapping their hands. IAI Japan presented an attraction called Magic Field at its booth. It was a demonstration of 320 axes electric drive synchronized together in an artistic performance simulating a game of soccer with not one, but 4 soccer balls. And Mitsubishi Electric unveiled a concept for a fully automated lithium-ion battery assembly line at the IRIX 2023. NVIDIA's booth was popular among the professional community. The company presented several of its flagship products at once. The theme of the exposition was, quote, "From virtual space to the real world with Isaac Sim." NVIDIA Isaac Sim is an application tool that simulates robots and other objects in a virtual environment created with Omniverse to generate sufficiently accurate and high-quality synthetic data for robot training. Moreover, it also allows you to simulate a photorealistic and physically accurate virtual environment to train them. This allows manufacturing companies to bring robots to market faster. In the simulator, developers can customize routes, obstacles avoidance algorithms, and multi-robot collaboration. NVIDIA also presented the Nova Carter robot based on the Isaac Nova Orin architecture. Equipped with stereo and fisheye cameras mounted on all sides, the machine is designed to accelerate the development and deployment of autonomous mobile robots in customer warehouses. Denso made an appearance showcasing not only its robots but also a new artificial intelligence algorithm that automatically generates optimal motion paths for multiple robots to operate simultaneously at high speeds. This tech basically puts specially trained engineers for complex and time-consuming robot training out of a job. Universal Robots introduced the UR30 model at IRIX in Tokyo. It's a fairly compact collaborative robot weighing 66 pounds or 30 kilos that can easily lift and transport loads equal to its own weight. A pretty decent achievement for such a small robot. Xpeng Aerocht, a subsidiary of Chinese electric car manufacturer Xpeng, brought its impressive concept car transformer to the show. Ease of operation is really important, as you don't have to take a full pilot training course and learn what all those buttons and levers on the airplane-style flying car's dashboard mean. However, when the eVTOL flying car will go on sale remains unknown.
So this is X-Men Aero's eVTOL flying car. In the driving mode, it looks super cool, just like a supercar. And then when it's in the flying mode, the propeller is gonna spread out from the car body, and then the steering wheel is gonna fold under the dashboard. So when you take flights, you only need to use the gear stick to control the flight. And it's very cool because the door and everything is just transparent, so you can see through a very wide view of the scenes. And the chassis and the screen, they're all transparent, so it gives you a sense of super futuristic,
But the company has announced that by the end of 2025, it will start production and launch sales of another concept, the Land Aircraft Carrier. It's a large, 3-axle electric vehicle remotely resembling a mix of a minivan and a pickup truck, with a compact passenger aircraft, that's right, in the trunk. The car was not shown at the show, however, though pre-orders will become available later this year. Enchanted Tools brought its Miroki mobile service robots to the playground as well. The robots, which are native to France, are trying to stand out from the competition with their design inspired by either anime or Pixar characters. What do you think? Miroki is designed to be used in hospitals, nursing homes, and hotels to help move objects. The developers say staff will only need to issue a command like, "Hey robot, move this to another room," or "Bring this tray here every morning," and the robot should do just fine. The robots have 4 fingers on each hand, with one of them opposable, just like humans. But instead of legs, Miroki has a ball, so it definitely won't cope with stairs. But on flat surface, the robot moves quite fast, keeping their balance on turns and balancing and carrying stuff in their hands. The development of the robot has so far cost the company $17 million, but that doesn't let Enchanted Tools get all depressed, since Miroki is currently being tested on 6 experimental sites and in 3 research laboratories. The company also has a contract with Rokel Hospital in Paris, where the robots are expected to start working this year. Augment Robotics presented its companion robot at the exhibition. The main feature of the Oro robot is that it's a companion for pets. It can autonomously move around your house, play with animals, and spoil them with goodies, as well as feed them medicine if necessary. The developers assure that the robot is safe for pets and it's designed with their mental stimulation in mind. But you'll have to take their word for it here. Additional features include creating video stories for social networks and health monitoring, though it wasn't specified exactly how that's done. Oro Robot also integrates with smart accessories like collars and voice assistants, as well as third-party pet care services. Do you think your pet would like to play with this robot? Does $800 sound too expensive? Leave a comment and let us know.
Hello from Las Vegas and welcome to CES 2024. Here at Hypershell, we're shaping the future of outdoor adventure with our advanced exoskeleton technology. We're dedicated to helping users transcend physical limits and confidently venture into new territories. And now, we're excited to introduce the Hypershell Mountain Exoskeleton. Designed for both entry-level and advanced users, this 5-pound exoskeleton with a powerful 800-watt output and an AI-driven motion engine offers smooth adaptation to varying terrains. It supports your adventure for up to 10 miles on a single charge and stands strong in harsh conditions with an IP54 rating. Visit our booth for a first-hand experience and share your thoughts. Thank you for joining us at CES 2024. We'll see you there.
LG, meanwhile, has unexpectedly unveiled its pet robot, or rather, AI agent. This is another attempt to create a robot that should be not just an accessory, but a real assistant in everyday tasks, as well as the control center of a smart home system. The concept itself is pretty straightforward. LG is offering an idea of home with zero labor, where artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things free your time up from the daily routine, as well as control your health and the mood of your pets. However, to make it all work, according to LG CEO William Cho, the AI agent will first collect all the information about you, process it, and then start guessing your wants and needs, adjusting to your schedule. The robot recognizes faces and users, relying on machine learning to understand context, so its responses and communication are tailored to each family member. It's equipped with technology based on large language models, so you can communicate with it freely while going about your daily activities. The robot will meet you at the door, recognize your mood, ask you how you're doing, remind you to take your medication, and tell you if a light has gone out somewhere. We only have one question: is anyone going to want to even have a pet after this? It seems that many large companies thought, okay, 2023 was the year of ChatGPT, then 2024 will be the year of wearable devices and robots with generative artificial intelligence inside. Samsung has been showing robots at CES for several years now, and sometimes quite interesting ones at that. This year, however, instead of developing last year's projects, it showed an upgrade of an older concept, the Ballie home robot. Now, the seriously grown and strengthened Ballie is a mobile projector with built-in artificial intelligence capabilities. It can handle phone calls, smart home requests, and even feed your pet. It's also capable of responding and following you around like a puppy, telling you what to cook based on the foods the robot recognizes in your fridge. The projector itself takes into account where and how you stand or sit, adjusting the angle of the projection and its placement so that you're comfortable watching it. The robot has built-in front and rear cameras to detect and analyze its surroundings, and can even learn the user's repetitive actions to automate various functions. However, it's disconcerting that Ballie's work is only shown in a video, whereas its predecessor from 2020 scurried around the stage responding to the speaker's commands. So the question is, Samsung, when are we finally going to see your home robots on sale? Circuit Mess, the startup, brought its robo-constructors to CES this year, which the company is trying to crowdfund through Kickstarter. The most interesting model in the lineup is an exact replica of the Perseverance rover, which has been licensed by NASA. Circuit Mess is a team from Croatia that already has a number of successful electronics and coding kits, but the space-themed series is the most ambitious thus far. The soldering, assembly, and coding kit is available in different options in terms of hardware and even programming languages. It looks really cool. Any flat earthers out there? Would you like to build yourself a rover like this? Chinese company Kepler Exploration Robot presented a new droid of the Kepler Forerunner series at the exhibition. According to the manufacturer, the robot will focus on embodied intelligence, a concept aimed at creating systems that can interact with the physical world in a human-like manner. Kepler Forerunner is 5'10" or 178 centimeters tall and weighs 187 pounds, which is 85 kilos. It has 12 degrees of freedom in its arms and a total of 40 degrees of freedom throughout the body. This design allows it to perform demanding tasks such as navigating difficult terrain, avoiding obstacles, and lifting heavy loads. It features technology similar to the Tesla Optimus, utilizing planetary roller screw drive and rotary drive technology for complex movements and control. The patented Nebula system enhances its cognitive abilities, providing accurate environmental awareness and adaptability. The robot is designed for industries such as manufacturing, logistics, education, and more. However, it can be seen in action only in the presentation video. But at the exhibition, well, let's just say there were a couple of cables sticking out. SquareMind demonstrated its flagship product, a robot for skin cancer detection. The robot conducts autonomous skin screening, collecting a large amount of data processed with the help of artificial intelligence. Roborock unveiled a dream robot vacuum cleaner at the show. The S8 Max V Ultra understands and follows voice commands, can set up a video call, and most importantly, it has an arm that extends when cleaning difficult to get to spots. Other features include 3D scanning using structured light coupled with artificial intelligence, which allows it to avoid obstacles and recognize various objects on the floor. and after analyzing it, the robot will decide what to do with what it's found, remove, or stay away. Let's hope at least this vacuum cleaner will not throw dirt around the apartment if it goes all kooky. Cooler Master once again brought its Shark computer to CES. We talked about it in our review of last year's show, which you can check out in the description below. Hyundai presented not one, but two novelties at CES this year. One of them is a new air-cab Supernal SA2. This is an electric vertical takeoff and landing airplane which is scheduled to be launched in 2028. SA2 is an improved version of the previous model, that's right, SA1. The aircraft is capable of reaching speeds of up to 120 miles or 200 kilometers per hour and is designed for short flights in the city. The Supernal SA2 is equipped with a distributed electric propulsion system and 8 rotary main propellers. It has a low noise level of about 65 decibel for vertical takeoff and landing, and 45 decibel for horizontal flight. The company said it doubled down on safety, environmental friendliness, and passenger comfort. The airframe design meets global safety standards and includes robust components, reserve systems, and key functions such as transmission, flight controls, and avionics. The cockpit with landing gear under the nose and behind the wing has a 3-point contact zone. Whose concept is cooler, Hyundai or Xpeng? Let us know in the comments below. Also, Hyundai's part supplier division Hyundai Mobis wooed the audience with the Mobian concept, which danced and spun in place thanks to its E-corner steering system. The articulated independent steering provides up to 90 degrees of steering angle for all 4 wheels, allowing the Mobian to move sideways into a parallel parking space, glide diagonally in tight spaces, and perform 360 turns with a 0 radius in place. What do you think of these innovations? For one, we can't wait for these systems to show up in regular cars. Hyundai, please. Also at the exhibition was a new subsidiary of Hyundai, RC Lab Mobin. It brought to CES a delivery robot Mobin, which can climb stairs and change its height for easy loading and unloading. For now, it's a research project with no market release date, so stay tuned. Probably one of the quirkiest gadgets at the show was the $200 Rabbit R1. It's a pocket-sized AI assistant that can navigate your apps for you without having to pick up your phone. The developers were driven by the idea that people are already lazy enough to interact with apps through their phone. For example, to hail a cab, you have to take out your phone, unlock it, find the app, go into it, wait till it loads, enter your address, and only then hail the cab. Oh, the difficulty of life. So, Rabbit R1 is apparently going to save us all this time. Now you can just take out your device and tell it a command in natural language. Over 10,000 units of R1 were sold within a day after the presentation. How do you like this idea? The startup SkyTed presented its eponymous voice capture masks, which absorb 80% of the noise and allow you to communicate, for example, in public transportation, so that others can't hear you. The masks synchronize with a smartphone app that also shows the user's voice level. SkyTed masks are made of a sound-absorbing material developed by acoustical engineer Frank Simon. The company advertises the masks as a way to play games and even has a section on its website dedicated to defense and military applications. The gadget will cost approximately $300, and honestly, I get one and just carry it around so I can put it on some people's faces in public transportation. Pivotal, a company backed by Larry Page, announced at the show the start of sales of its light electric aircraft Helix, which among other things does not require a pilot's license to fly. Although this doesn't mean that you just shell out $190,000 and that's it, go ahead, you can fly. No, each owner of the device will still have to undergo some training, so check it out. Time Kettle announced at the show the X1 Interpreter Hub, a new real-time interpreter designed for meetings. The developers call it, quote, the world's first multilingual simultaneous translation system. The system works out of the box without the need to download a separate app. In face-to-face meetings, two devices connect together to initiate translation of the conversation. The handheld devices include headphones similar to previous Time Kettle products. In total, the X1 can support up to 20 people simultaneously in 5 different languages. That's really cool. We could have definitely used one of these at the World Robot Conference trade show in China. For a review of that show from last year, check out the description. Volkswagen's big new feature at CES was the addition of ChatGPT to its IDA, or Intelligent Driver Assistant. The feature has only been announced and has yet to be implemented. When will adding GPT to your product become passé? By the way, how often do you guys use ChatGPT in your daily life? Honda unveiled 2 concept models of its upcoming Zero Series electric vehicles, the sedan and Space Hub, and said the first commercial model in the Zero Series electric vehicle lineup will launch in North America in 2026. Honda's first Zero Series model is apparently based on the Saloon concept, a low-slung, roomy but sporty electric car that looks a bit like the computer graphics from Blade Runner sequel. Meanwhile, the van-like Space Hub appears at first glance to be a little less dystopian and more family-oriented. The company says the models differ from other electric vehicles in that they are, quote, thin and light and are made of sustainable materials inside and out. Details about them aren't really being disclosed. Honda's Zero Series sedan will have a spacious interior and the latest technology, including an autonomous driving system. The Space Hub is a multi-purpose vehicle. The Space Hub is a multi-purpose electric vehicle that can be used as both a truck and a passenger vehicle. It will also be equipped with the latest tech, including an autonomous driving system and a next-gen lithium-ion battery. The company plans to produce 30 electric vehicle models by 2030, including the electric Prologue, which will be released this year. The company plans to produce 30 electric vehicle models by 2030, including the electric Prologue, which will be released this year. Israel's pavilion at CES has staked its claim on a manicure robot. The developers claim that Nimble is the world's first device that combines artificial intelligence and sophisticated robotics to flawlessly color nails. The robot resembles a printer refilled with nail polish. Its main advantages are no appointment necessary and speed. Nimble can polish all 10 nails and dry them in just under 25 minutes. The device uses high-res micro cameras and 3D imaging to determine the shape, size, and curvature of the nails. A small robotic arm controlled by artificial intelligence then applies 3 coats of nail polish. The robot is scheduled to start selling in March, priced at $600. Girls, who wants to get themselves one of these? Mercedes decided not to emphasize concept cars, but intelligence solutions instead, to help and entertain drivers. Among the presented products was a new virtual assistant, MBUX, running on the new Mercedes-Benz operating system, MBOSS, developed from scratch by the company's engineers. It uses generative artificial intelligence and advanced 3D graphics to make interactions with it more natural, human, intuitive, and personalized. More immersive navigation is also claimed by the developers. The latter is planned to be realized by overlaying what the car sees on the digital gauge of the car. In the animation, you'll see digital images of people, other cars, or cyclists, all with route guidance superimposed on top of them. The main goal of MBOSS is somewhat ambitious, which is to make the driving experience hyper-personalized, so much so that the car would become not just a birdie for the owner, but in general have a chance to replace his family and friends altogether. Wow, Mercedes, wow. CES was also the venue for the North American premiere of the CLA class concept based on the future Mercedes-Benz modular architecture, otherwise known as MMA. It's a coupe-style electric 4-door sedan with a range of more than 460 miles or 750 kilometers. South Korea had a fairly large pavilion at CES this year. The Kotra booth in particular showcased Mandrill's robo-arms. The startup specializes in creating affordable and functional prostheses printed on a 3D printer. There were also solutions for urban farming from Hexagrow. The company offers 3 turnkey solutions: an ecosystem of smart gardens, educational software that is an AI farming assistant, and finally an urban farming community that should foster social connections between urban farmers. French company DTA Aircraft Manufacturer also brought its first fully flight-ready eVTOL. Today, private flying transportation has become as mainstream as humanoid robots. Which of these technologies do you think has more potential in the coming years? Place your bets and leave your comment down below.
Hey, so we're here at Catmind. This is a virtual office. The way you're looking at here, it is actually our office. We focus on really putting you in a 3D environment with your webcams, and that's live video, live audio, and not an avatar of you. So we think there's more culture and connectivity by actually having you there with other people. It's a place for a company or a remote team to gather, all in one place, accessible via a browser, nothing to download, loads quickly, has different privacy features. You can pop in and have a 2-minute meeting, close the door and have a private conversation, have a group meeting, share screens. Really is an excellent way for a fully remote company to all really be together in one place.
While attempts to bring work and communication into the metaverse are somewhat meh, we'll see if such an idea takes off and keep you posted. Doosan Robotics unveiled its new Dart Suite robot ecosystem at CES, which makes it easy to integrate artificial intelligence into cobots, even for those who are not professional developers or integrators. This makes it easier to deploy robots, especially in industries such as manufacturing, logistics, and medicine. In other words, you can buy a Doosan robot and configure it to work the way you want it to work using easy-to-understand interfaces similar to a typical mobile app. At the same time, the robot will operate with a high degree of autonomy and will be completely safe for humans. And the artificial intelligence system will be continuously trained and updated, automatically downloading new modules as needed. Chinese company Horwin has unveiled futuristic concept motorcycles of the Senmenti series at CES 2024. Interestingly, in the US, the models are categorized more like scooters due to their form factor, including wheel size, handlebar height, and its position relative to the seat. The closest to launch is the Senmenti Zero. The electric motorcycle, or scooter if you prefer, has a 98 horsepower engine, goes 0 to 60 miles or 100 kilometers in 2.8 seconds, has a top speed of double that, and can travel up to triple that on a single charge. The model is compatible with most home charging stations, and the battery charge is up 80% in just 30 minutes. What else will Senmenti owners enjoy? A 7-inch TFT display, 4 riding modes, heated steering wheel, and seat and safety features like ABS and front and rear cameras. Additionally, the company promises to personalize each rider's experience, but exactly how this will be implemented is yet to be revealed. So stay tuned. Deep Robotics brought 2 of its flagship products to ICRA 2024.
I brought our big dog X13, and it's meaning for industrial application. And this is our little dog Light 3, and it's meaning for customers and researchers. Last year, we combined our quadruped robots with robot learning. We designed our Light 3 with our unique appearance and unique joint. It's different from others robot, and we develop our locomotion algorithms to make it more interesting. And in fact, it's very popular.
Light 3 is a robot for exploration and entertainment. Its enhanced mobility, patented joints, and advanced algorithms allow the robot to recover almost instantly from jolts and falls. watching it can be endless. The robot's functionality can be extended by installing additional modules.
Our big robot can navigate itself with its LiDAR real sense and get to your target position with its navigation module. So it depends on what you command our robot to go. So I think we actually have landed our quadruped robot in more than 10 projects, meaning about electric power plant and our iron and steel company operation. So I think our robot can do some industrial inspection by itself.
The X30, designed for industrial applications, is characterized by its high cross-country capability, its ability to overcome serious obstacles in open stairs, and its ability to perform inspections autonomously. Moreover, the robot will not be hindered by darkness or extreme temperatures from -4 to 131 Fahrenheit or -20 to 55 Celsius. Deep Robotics also presented its report at the conference. In it, in particular, the company revealed that it has made significant progress through the use of reinforcement learning. Thus, by applying a proximal policy optimization method combined with input from depth sensors and training and end-to-end policy, engineers have taught robots to traverse high platforms and deep ditches without the robot accurately perceiving and modeling the environment.
You can contact us with our website, and we are located in China, Hangzhou. Welcome to visit.
However, Lynx Dynamics did not bring its four-legged robot, which has recently learned to stand on its hind legs, and the company's humanoid robot was not at the stand either, which is strange because in theory, a newcomer company should showcase its best of the best, right? Well, were we surprised to see their P1, which brings back memories of AT-ST from Return of the Jedi. The P1 is a self-balancing bipedal robot that recently surprised everyone with its super walkability while casually strolling through the woods. We're on the edge of our seats waiting for a repeat of P1's accomplishments by the company's humanoid robots. Meanwhile, Fourier Intelligence presented its newest humanoid robot, GR1, which is already being mass-produced. The robot is 5'5" or 165 centimeters tall, weighs 120 pounds or 55 kilos, and has 40 degrees of freedom distributed throughout its body. An articulated module mounted on the robot's hip is capable of generating a peak torque of 300 Newton meters, allowing it to move at a speed of 3 miles or 5 kilometers per hour and carry loads weighing 110 pounds or 50 kilos. The GR1 has inbuilt depth cameras in the head and torso and is also equipped with visual algorithms to perceive its immediate surroundings. This allows the robot to quickly recognize different objects and people, as well as avoid obstacles and perform tasks based on visual data. GR1 can grasp objects of different shapes and weights and adjust its force to avoid damaging them. And the robot also supports swarm software. This means that a person can control a group of robots from a single console, assigning tasks to all of them individually and monitoring their progress.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexander Schmitz and I'm the CEO of Z Robotics. We are a hardware and software company that makes tactile sensing technology in order to provide the human sense of touch to robots. So we work on tactile sensors, we integrate them in robot hands and grippers, and we also work on a tactile AI. So AI has been very successful in the cyber world, but applications in robotics are still limited. So we believe that it's time for AI also to shine in the real world. So limitations of current tactile sensors are that they're often too big for the integration in thin robot skin. They are not durable. They are difficult to integrate in robot hands and grippers because they need many additional wires and electronics. They don't provide distributed 3D sensing, and they're also too expensive. So what are the key features of Z Robotics? They provide distributed 3D sensing. They have 0.1 gram resolution. They have a wide sensing range and resilient to overloading. They are also very fast. They can be easily integrated in various robot hands and grippers because they are very small. So what are real-world applications for Z Robotics sensors? So one is factory automation. There is a lot of mass customization, so the robot needs to adapt to new objects. Also warehouse automation, where the robots need to grasp things from the shelf and put it in a container for shipping. Another would be delicate fruit picking, for example, tomato fruit picking. So, for example, we integrated the sensors into this gripper over here, which is very thin, and so it can be easily integrated into the gripper. We also integrated a sensor, for example, in this robot hand, and here we have 368 3-axis tactile sensors, and all the measurements are digital, which makes the integration of so many sensing points in the robot hand feasible. The sensors are available in various shapes and sizes. So here we have 1 sensing point, 2 sensing points, 2x2, so 4 sensing points, and 4x4, 16 sensing points. We also customize the sensors, and for example, in this case, we have 7 points in a curved fingertip shape. And then we also have the U-skin multiband, and in this case, the sensors can apply to curved surfaces. Regarding our future plans, in the future, we want to provide more tactile AI, to provide more complete tactile solutions for robots. And then we also plan to integrate it in for humanoid robots, so more humanoid hands for work, but also, for example, at home, for cooking, cleaning, or entertainment. For more details, please go to www.zerorobotics.com.
Kawasaki Robotics booth at ICRA 2024 was graced by the 4th generation Neo-Key autonomous service robot. This little guy can see its surroundings using LiDAR and react in time to avoid collision with people and objects. The robot's being developed to replace humans where there's a shortage of labor. It can wash dishes in restaurants, carry boxes in warehouses, clean hotels, and so on. The best part is that the robot is fully autonomous. At the same time, it can perform complex or non-standard work in semi-autonomous mode or in fully controlled mode, learning on the job. The latest version is even more compact with an increased range of arm movement. At the base of the robot is an omnidirectional cart with 3 spheres. Kawasaki also brought the next generation of their Kaleido robot. Unfortunately, it was just hanging around on the stand. Kaleido, like its close relative the Friends robot, is being developed to care for the elderly. They get the party started every year at the IREX exhibitions also held in Japan. Check out our video from the previous one last year in the description below. Now, according to Kawasaki, the updated Kaleido is smaller and lighter, now weighing only 88 pounds or 40 kilos. It has improved abilities to interact with people, therefore it's even safer for humans and keeps its balance much better during jolts. That was all said though, we didn't actually get to catch Kaleido in action. The exhibition was not without a robotic baby goat, a descendant of the huge robot goat that Kawasaki employees got a ride on a few years back. The new version of Bex 2 will obviously not be able to carry anyone, but it can shuffle behind a person and pull additional equipment. Direct Drive Tech brought its compact wheeled robots with incredible mobility to the exhibition. This is the advanced Tita robot with 8 degrees of freedom, which not only positions itself perfectly in its environment, but can also make decisions by itself. We got a short interview with the developers of the robots to learn more about what they can do. Check it out.
Well, our aim is to harness the speed and agility of two-wheel robots while leveraging the adaptability of their leggy counterparts. The dual legs serve as the fundamental modular unit, offering strong deformability, allowing for configurations such as two wheels, bipedal, quadruped, and multi-leggy designs. It also features our proprietary Quasar direct drive motors integrated with ultrasonic top sensors and stereo cameras for SLAM, making it more intelligent. Additionally, we've optimized it for various applications, reinforcing its low capacity and boosting 100 TOPS of AI performance. They are both excel in motion control. However, Diablo robot lacks built-in sensors, making it more budget-friendly. On the other hand, Tita robot is more premier with bunches of updates. So if it is for in-depth research purposes, I will recommend Tita robot.
Tita Robot's main advantage is that it supports secondary development in multiple modes, allowing users to control it on any level via RPC, which is remote procedure call, or embedded programming. It also has exceptional abilities in maintaining balance and instantaneous response. The robot avoids obstacles and easily adapts to difficult terrain.
Diablo Robots is already on sale, while Tita Robots is available for pre-order, with estimated shipping in the next 2 months. If you want to know more, please click the link in the description. Thank you.
Also, wheeling and spinning around the company's booth and a bit of standing on its hind legs is a mysterious but very cute 4-legged robot. Although it looks like that, in fact, it's 2 Tita robots combined into one design. If you're interested in learning more about these nimble little guys, we'll leave a link in the video description. Humanoid Robotics brought its original treadie crawler robot. The highlight of the machine is the presence of 4 legs, thanks to which the robot can step on obstacles that it cannot overcome on tracks. Treadie can overcome even stairs and flip if it suddenly falls on its back. The robot can be programmed to perform tasks and you can control it remotely. It can also be fitted with an arm, a camera, and any other thing you might need. Oh, and Treadie is waterproof. It can spend up to half an hour at a depth of up to 3 feet or a meter. What do you guys think would be a useful application for this bad boy? Enchanted Tools was once again showing off its Miroki robot. The robot for homes, hospitals, hotels, and nursing homes moves on a spherical base, is on point with understanding dimensions, and can grasp various objects with a 97% success rate. According to Enchanted Tools, the robot is being tested at 6 experimental sites and 3 research labs. Also, this year, Miroki is expected to start real work at the Broca Hospital for the Elderly in Paris. The robot will reportedly be able to fetch water for patients, clean lunch trays in hospital cafeterias, and deliver gloves or other personal protective equipment to doctors. Good luck! Let's see if that improves the hospital's 2.8 rating on Google. And Poland Robotics got a grand opening at ICRA this year, unveiling an updated version of their Ricci 2 robot. According to the developers, the robot has completely new biomechanical arms with 7 degrees of freedom, each of which can lift up to 6.5 pounds or 3 kilos. But most importantly, Ricci 2 has enhanced perception and the ability to handle and interact thanks to its inbuilt artificial intelligence. All of this should make it attractive to research labs and potential customers. This year's conference focused a lot on solutions for rehabilitation and assistance for the elderly and less mobile, which is not surprising given Japan's main problem, an aging population. There were also some unusual ideas. For example, an interesting teleoperation system was presented at the Hitachi stand. Here, the robot had literally a small twin brother behind its back, moving the latter's limbs with the former's hands, easily controlling the big robot. Power Rangers, anybody? And Shadow Robot also got its premiere at the show. The company, which for years has been creating the most dexterous, sensitive, and human-like hands, actually has decided to abandon the idea of replicating our anatomy. The new Shadow Hand is designed based on research and ideas from Google's DeepMind team, and it has only 3 fingers. These guys must be watching cartoons. According to the developers, this design has improved the speed, flexibility, accuracy, and most importantly, strength and durability of the robotic hand. The arm boasts precise torque control and can withstand compressive forces of up to 10 newtons per finger. The 4 joints of each finger are driven by motors located at the base and connected through quote-unquote tendons, and the fingers are able to go from fully open to closed in 500 milliseconds. At the same time, each finger is an autonomous unit and includes a number of tactile sensors as well as a stereo camera aimed at the inner surface of the silicone skin. Both the sensors and the fingers themselves are easily replaceable. And here, we think of the Atlas. It looks like Boston Dynamics engineers have set a new trend in robotics. Why replicate a human in a robot when you can make it much more practical and functional? Agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments. Surprisingly, there were very few robot chefs at ICRA, which disappointed our camera guy and left him a bit hungry. But one of the Kuka bartender robots was quite engaging, so please pardon some of the pans and zooms. Chinese e-commerce company Meituan only showed its developments on screen, but we decided to say a few words about it anyway. Last year, the company showed record revenue growth rates. The startup that emerged in 2010 has bet big not just on online commerce, but on utilizing all available technological developments in it. It provides more than 200 categories of services, including robot and drone delivery. And Kawada Robotics brought its next-age Philly Open Research robotic platform to the show. The robots are compatible with various types of software and ROS-enabled devices. The robots have impressive dexterity and precision, and their hands do not resemble human hands whatsoever. Westwood Robotics was virtually the only company at ICRA this year to walk its Themis robot down the hallways. The robot is positioned as an advanced full-sized humanoid for development. With powerful bare actuators and advanced sensors, Themis is maneuverable and safe, moving steadily at human speed and reaching a maximum running speed of 6 miles or 10 kilometers per hour. It also rocked awesome pink sneakers. The robot's able to maneuver independently in a complex environment, constantly assessing both the position of its body and surrounding obstacles. And while Themis was walking around, another Bruce research robot was a bit bored at the company stand. This is also an open platform for developers and students developed together with the Ramila Lab. The robot's quite capable, or so they say. It's a pity that at the exhibition it just sat there, and even though our cameraman spent a long time waving at it, it did not wave back. Of course, the exhibition would be incomplete without Boston Dynamics robots, with robotic arms and not, with additional equipment and not advertising their applications for industry. Anybotics engineers also spoke about monitoring industrial and construction sites with the help of robot dogs at ICRA. Animal Robot is constantly improving its movement algorithms based on reinforcement learning and is capable of performing missions autonomously, even without an internet connection. The latter is possible thanks to an onboard artificial intelligence-based localization and interpretation computer that works without a network. Japanese startup Telexistence was presenting its retail solution at the exhibition. Incidentally, the startup's first concept was a robot in the style of Japanese anime. Named after the classic Ford car, Model T was a semi-autonomous robot with 20 degrees of freedom and remote controls. It was tested out at the Family Mart chain of Japanese stores, and the robot had cool arms that combined fingers with vacuum suction cups, allowing it to easily grasp and handle anything, really. However, in the process of testing, the robot lost its cool design and an arm, but it also became cheaper. The new model, however, is called TX Scara. It can work in narrow aisles of stores, replenishing stock on the shelves under the control of the company's artificial intelligence. If the robots encounter a non-trivial task, it can then be joined by an operator. Tokyo Robotics demonstrated its humanoid robot Torobo at ICRA 2024. Despite its outdated design, the robot's quite capable. In particular, it precisely controls resistance and force applied to objects, so it can operate even where there's active human contact. Still, there's a feeling that the bot falls somewhat short of modern-day requirements. The Hello Robot company was exhibiting the latest version of its cheapest, simplest, and unusually functional home robot, Stretch. The third generation of the robot got an Intel RealSense D405 camera mounted right behind the gripper, which helps a lot with both autonomy and remote teleoperation. And the robot also came with a set of different end effectors for different tasks. Despite being as simple as possible, Stretch is able to move around the house with ease and perform many tasks. From what we gather, it's in high demand not only among development teams, but also participates in real-life projects such as the one to improve the life of the paralyzed Henry Evans. PAL Robotics brought its Tiago research robot. According to the developers, the robot combines perception, navigation, handling, and human-robot interaction in a modular and user-friendly design. Tiago is easily customizable to suit your needs and can start work from day one. The main purpose of the robot is to assist hospital staff and care for the elderly. Also making its mark at the show was the head and right arm of the Gundam robot, which was dismantled in Yokohama on March 31st. The 60-foot or 18-meter long robot has been putting on rousing shows for tourists since 2020 and has managed to attract nearly 2 million visitors. Gundam had a total of 36 moving elements while weighing 25 tons. The robot could walk in place, pose as a superhero, and move all of its fingers and toes. Okay folks, it's a lot to cover the entire exhibition in one day, but we'll be sure to tell you what else was exciting in our next videos. What was your most memorable project from ICRA 2024? Let us know in the comments, subscribe to our channel, and join us on Telegram for more news from the world of high tech. The WRC, which celebrates its 10th anniversary this year, clearly demonstrated the main vector of robotics development for the next decade, which is anthropomorphic robots. UBTech brought their robots to the show, which are already taking over the automotive industry. For instance, Zeekr, a subsidiary of Geely, has started testing Walker S light humanoid robots in its factories. These high-tech androids, developed in collaboration with UBTech Robotics and Miracle Automation Engineering, are capable of performing complex tasks in smart manufacturing and logistics. With advanced visual recognition and autonomous navigation, the Walker S Lite can carry loads of up to 30 pounds or 15 kilos and work together with automated vehicles. And this is just the beginning. Other car makers such as NIO and Dongfeng are also actively testing Walker humanoids to improve assembly processes and quality control. By next year, up to 1,000 of these robots can be working in factories across China. And since UBTech's recent partnership with Baidu, Walker S can now talk and reason in real time. Affordable humanoid robots are a fantasy no more. It's a reality. Unitree Robotics from China decided to prove that to the entire world, and in just a few years released 2 humanoid robots. The first is a full-sized anthropomorphic robot H1. It can not only walk, but also dance, keep its balance, and do backflips. The robot itself is inexpensive by standards of humanoid machines, but it's not cheap either. 90 big ones. H1 has a younger brother. You guessed it, G1. It's unique in that this model is already produced en masse, and the robot will be available at a very affordable $16,000. G1 can confidently overcome obstacles of different heights, go up and down cluttered stairs, jog, and balance while being pushed and shoved. About the delivery, we just published a video of our latest production version of G1, which we plan to deliver to customers in the next 1 or 2 months. In the future, our G1 will be used as a universal humanoid robot for various users, including, for example, tech enthusiasts, individual users, and some AI technology companies to conduct robot research. About the H1 model, this year we had updates and optimization of H1 version, and then more work on the design of legs and arms. Also, thanks to H1, we have open source code for teleoperation of the robot so that users can share experiences of model grasping as well as experiments with data collection. In the future, it's going to be 2 areas. The first one is obviously the design of the robot itself. For example, the duration of use, the power, the ability to move some joints, and for example, degrees of freedom. And the second direction, is AI. Also, Unitree is known for its 4-legged robots for service, entertainment, and other industries. Here too, we recently released a new product, the Go2W. The robot on wheels can not only drive fast, but also walk on legs, keeping its balance even on the stairs. The Go2W is actually based on some feedback from users who wanted to add a wheel group to the base of the Go2 itself. The robot can now go from 6 miles or 10 kilometers to 18 miles or 30 kilometers on wheels. In addition, the wheeled version can also climb a slope, say, or stairs. By the way, Unitree has four-legged robots for industrial applications as well. You can learn more about them in the description to this video. Our long-term goal is definitely to stick to the development of our own four-legged robots. In addition, our humanoid robots are also an important product line for us, so in the future we will continue to develop both product lines, and in the future we also hope that our robots, quadrupedal and humanoid robots, will serve us humans. I also hope that we can bring a change in the way people live and work with our products and improve our quality of life in general. Pulling the weight for all the non-Chinese humanoids out there was Tesla. Unfortunately, it didn't perform for the public but stayed under a glass hood, which surprisingly didn't affect its popularity. Tesla enjoys special treatment in China. Recently, the company was included in the list of approved for government procurement. Therefore, the company, in addition to the robot, brought Model Y in its famous Cybertruck. By the way, Tesla's truck still lacks not only the function of unmanned driving, but even minimal driver assistance. This is despite the FSD being paid for by customers and its promises of early implementation from Elon Musk. As for the robot, so far Tesla seems to be facing problems in training it for a large number of tasks. To overcome this, the company is willing to hire anyone who agrees to wear a motion capture suit and VR headset day and night. Interestingly, the mandatory requirement for the candidate is to have a driver's license. Why do you think that is? Out of the other requirements, height from 5'7" to 5'11" or 170 to 180 centimeters, and daily reporting abilities. The lucky ones will get from $25 to $48 per hour plus cash and stock bonuses and benefits. Interested? Give Tesla a call. But back to the exhibition. Zhejiang Humanoid Robot Innovation Center unveiled its new hero, the Navi AI Navigator 2 humanoid robot. On the stage, it seems like it was showing off a bit. It was giving a speech, making tea, playing chess, trying to copy human movements as much as possible, and more. Navi AI has 41 degrees of freedom, stands at 5'5" or 165 centimeters tall, and weighs 130 pounds or 60 kilos. Its processing power is 275 trillion operations per second, which should provide the robot with lightning-fast reactions. Navi AI is also equipped with intelligent navigation, allowing it to confidently interact with its environment, including recognizing and picking up objects. But it was the EX Robots booth that attracted the most attention. No surprise there, the company's robots are becoming more and more realistic every year. At the WRC, there were copies of famous personalities, doppelgangers of the company's employees, and just characters created for fun. The robots repeated facial expressions of visitors, told stories actively mimicking the speaker. Now the company, which has opened its own museum of the future, produces 400 to 500 robots a year, mostly for museums and educational institutions. Private orders, however, were not reported. After all, thanks to 3D scanning, printing, and digital design, EX Robots can create a copy of absolutely anybody. By the way, the company's robots are not just beautiful dolls. EX Robots engineers are now actively working not only on realistic skin, but also on technologies such as recognizing and transmitting emotions in speech, so that robots can show empathy and create the illusion of real communication with the people around them. And just in case you're wondering, you can make your own doppelganger in a month for about $200,000. Want to know more? Check out our previous video in the description. Competing with EX Robots were King Bao robots, which also claim to be realistic. King Bao is a subsidiary of Hair, where the core business is robotic vacuum cleaners. However, this does not prevent the company from promoting humanoid robots and even promises to endow them with at least limited artificial intelligence. The company's website says that Shanghai King Bao engine robot provides comprehensive intelligent services for customers across many industries, covering, quote, software plus hardware plus content plus services in a single intelligent ecosystem. This probably means that the company wants to supply its humanoid robots as service machines that are capable of greeting and counseling people at hotels and airports, for example. Basically, soon, at least in China, there will be anthropomorphic robots instead of billboards. Anybody want to take that bet? Let us know in the comments. Also on display was China's first full-sized open-source humanoid robot, King Long from Humanoid Robots Limited. The robot doesn't look cool, but the manufacturers claim that it has 43 active degrees of freedom and is capable of moving quickly, avoiding obstacles, and even walking over hills. Its processing power reaches 400 tera operations per second. Now that is real power. It's also reported that the robot is able to perform various actions with its hands, but it is unlikely that it does this on its own. Most likely, the robot itself is only able to maintain balance under kicks, but doing things on its own is, for the time being, fiction. Soon, however, it will be able to. After all, the company has opened the source code for the robot for developers to conduct experiments with King Long and teach it new tasks. Humanoid Robots Limited plans to release a new robot every year, develop 100 application scenarios per year, and increase the number of learning robots to 1,000 in the next 2 years. What can 1,000 robots do to make this world better? Moving on, Liju unveiled Quavo, a robot that runs Harmony operating system and Pangu artificial intelligence developed by Huawei itself. The OS is open source, so Quavo's main purpose is said to be research. However, it's also reported that the robot is already being used for some tasks at the NIO car factory, and there's been reports that this pilot project was successful. According to Chinese officials, humanoid robots are well suited for quality control and multitasking functions in car manufacturing plants. Let's hope so. Another humanoid robot, this time for home, was brought to the exhibition by Unix AI. This robot is positioned as a cook and a housekeeper. This bad boy sports a pair of wheels, but the company is already working on a two-legged version. The level of technology today is such that even small companies can build a humanoid robot and teach it, well, walking. But the key tech here, of course, shouldn't be legs or even hands, but artificial intelligence. And here, we're still waiting for a breakthrough. Another robot, which is positioned as a home assistant, was comfortably seated in a chair, the Robot Era Stand. Xbot L, which was the first humanoid to conquer the Great Wall of China, can walk on uneven roads and stairs, even in poor lighting conditions. According to the developers, all this is possible thanks to the proprietary reinforcement learning technology, which also allows the robot to make decisions in unfamiliar environments. And Limx Dynamics brought its advanced CL1 humanoid robot to this year's WRC. According to the developers, the robot can now filter unpredictable external interference, move specified objects, independently adjust its position, and plan for the task at hand. Just like the Xbot L, CL1 is positioned as a home assistant, which unfortunately just hung there. Limx P1, however, was all over the place. This self-balancing robot has incredible resistance to mud and rough terrain, as well as to kicks from humans. For now. Moving on, Beijing Galbot Company and its G1 robot made an impression at the conference this year as well. It differs from most humanoids due to its arm design, with over 6 feet or 190 centimeters arm span and an available reach of up to almost 8 feet or 240 centimeters. To keep its balance, the robot is mounted on a platform which can fold and grow upwards, extending its range of motion. And according to the developers, the robot also has brains. They allow the G1 to demonstrate a generalized handling ability in autonomous mode. What do developers mean by that? Certainly not the ability to perform any action on any object. There's no such AI for robots as of yet. From what we managed to gather about the robot, we can conclude that it can recognize and grasp objects with its hands, which in general is not breaking news, but for G1, it's a big step forward. Kepler Exploration Robot Company, also from China, has unveiled its new hero, a humanoid general-purpose robot, Kepler Forerunner. Standing at 5'10" or 175 centimeters tall and weighing almost 190 pounds or 85 kilos, this robot is equipped with patented linear actuators and has 40 degrees of freedom, allowing it to perform complex tasks. Forerunner is capable of gently grasping small objects and carrying heavy objects as well. It navigates thanks to the Nebula AI system, which provides object recognition and navigation in complex environments. Interestingly, the robots will already be mass-produced in the fall, although the world first saw them in January this year at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. We had a separate look-see into the Forerunner. You can find that video in the description below. As for the price, it's not cheap. Close to $30,000. And Cleebot from Chinese company FD Robot was also at the show this year. It stands out with an impressive 71 degrees of freedom. This droid is equipped with sensor tech such as 3D vision and LiDAR, allowing it to accurately map its environment and avoid obstacles. Cleebot also features force feedback and voice interaction capabilities. The robot's designed for a wide range of industrial applications including film, military, education, logistics, and healthcare, but its widespread adoption is hampered by cost. Between 70 and 140,000 big ones if you want to get a Cleebot of your own. Realman Company is one of the mavericks of this exhibition that stays true to its roots. The robotic arms is all the company does, and it sticks with it. Light, flexible, and so strong that it can lift 130% of its own weight. These robotic arms can end up with any industrial grip or a fully anthropomorphic hand with 5 fingers. They can work safely alongside a human, and 1 or 2 of these robot arms can be mounted on any platform, including a humanoid one. And you get a robot with dextrous, sensitive, and trainable arms right from the start. Stardust Intelligence presented an updated humanoid robot assistant, Astrobot S1, which is designed to create comfort in your home. This wheeled robot not only cooks and cleans, but also takes care of pets. Astrobot has super fast arms that can move at speeds of up to 32 feet or 10 meters per second and lift weights of up to 22 pounds or 10 kilos. At the same time, the positioning accuracy of its hands is an incredible 0.001 inches or 0.03 millimeters. With such accuracy, it doesn't even need fingers. The robot easily squats to reach low objects and masterfully uses kitchen utensils. All actions are performed autonomously, but their range is still limited. So you can teach the robot new tasks by controlling it through a VR headset. Sooner or later, robots like these would probably appear in our homes. What do you guys think? If this doesn't cost like an airplane, would you get one? Not only humanoids were present at the conference, but also other useful robots that already found its place in the field. For example, firefighting robots from Kai-Cheng Intelligence. These machines are designed for rescue operations and firefighting, and they can work independently or in cooperation with a fire brigade. In tests, the robots prove that they react faster than humans to new fires and are able to work closer to the source. The robots can be controlled remotely by viewing video from its cameras in real time, and the machines themselves can work up to 10 hours on a single charge. Why doesn't every city have these? Paxini didn't mess about with the name for its Tora 1 humanoid robot for too long. Apparently, this is supposed to change the way you interact with machines. With 47 degrees of freedom and a unique VTLI visual and tactile multimodal perception model, this robot is able to literally feel the world around it. Tora 1 senses pressure, friction, softness, and even temperature. Highly accurate positioning down to 0.002 inches or 0.05 millimeters and force control down to 0.01 newtons make it ideal for the most delicate of handling. Its modular design makes it easy to customize its functionality for any task, and its dynamically adaptive height makes it a universal assistant in any space. According to the developers, the robot has 15 types of tactile sensors and perceives almost 8,000 tactile signals. This allows it to recognize and grasp objects with incredible accuracy and tenderness. The robot has no legs, but its sporty chassis ensures smooth and fast movement, and it's another contender for smart home assistant. At the World Robot Conference, of course, there was a large area with industrial robots. In recent years, Chinese manufacturers have been increasing their influence on the market, including their domestic market, because the PRC is one of the world's largest consumers of robots. And now it's actively trying to squeeze its Japanese and European markets. The country is also developing its own component base. For example, despite the use of NVIDIA processors, the humanoid robot Ubitech, for example, consists of more than 80% of Chinese-made components. Medical robots are also developing very actively in China. The country's government does not want to depend on the West in any industry, so the country has its own developments for all types of robotic surgery. For example, robotic knee joint replacement surgeries have already been performed for 2 years. And this year, the world's first remote surgery to remove a tumor from lungs was performed. China is actively developing and testing their analog of the Da Vinci robot. And by the way, the medical robot market is projected to reach $3 billion next year. China is clearly concerned about its technological sovereignty and is investing billions of dollars in key industries, from electric cars to humanoid robots. But it's the latter that the government seems to be most interested in. Since the country is experiencing a serious decline in working population, the shortage of people here is planned to be replaced by anthropomorphic robots. And if 10 years ago the World Robot Conference only saw European and US robots, today the vast majority of robotic solutions are developed in China. There's more, but we're out of time, so let us know in the comments what your favorite exhibit was. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel and check out our Instagram for more from the world of high tech.